Hello everybody, my name is Elliot and I'm from hahagarden.com. Today we're going to talk about how to grow some roses from cuttings. So over here we've got some roses that we got for Mother's Day, and after the first bloom, which is right here, ta-da, after the first bloom, we have decided to cut the stems to grow some more roses. So as you can see here, we've got the stem, we've cut the stem here, I can't apparently, so I've cut a stem here, one here, but you can't really see that, and there's probably others. And as you can see here, there are new leaves right here. Anyways, so what we did was we took the stems and removed the leaves on the stems and then dipped it in rooting powder and then put it in some soil, and then we wet the soil, covered it with a plastic bag, and put it in our greenhouse for 2 weeks. This was planted on June 4th. So we've not seen how they've grown ever since. So why don't we take a peek? Alright, I've cleared the table and I've added this little box so we don't make a mess. Now let's peek. Also, you can see the condensation. That's actually very cool. Ta-da! Anyways, let me open this. Just peek. Okay. We don't need that. I'll just put it there. Then, ooh, you can actually see the leaves through the plastic. That's cool. Okay. Come on. Okay. Ta-da. Ooh. Okay, we've got some leaves. You can see it's still growing. Okay, I don't need this plastic. I'll just put it on the ground. Okay. Ooh, this looks cool. Okay. So as you can see, there's some. This one is dead. This one definitely won't make it. This one, chances are it won't make it because under like here is black. But then the top is still green, but there's also no leaves. I don't think this one will make it, and there's some dead leaves, which we can just remove that. Just like the tweezers are so helpful. Okay, eek and eek. Okay, that should be all. So instead of just pouring it out, that would make a huge mess, and I don't want to ruin all of this because if there are roots, the roots are very fragile now. So I don't want to destroy them, which is why you shouldn't do this. I'm only doing it so that I can show you. So I'll take these and then I'm gonna try. Okay, okay. Yep, no roots. Okay, so as you can see, there's no roots on this, unfortunately. And if I were to turn this, you can see there's still some root powder. Also, if you're wondering why it's on the thing, it's because the camera couldn't focus. Anyways, so I'm just going to put it back. And okay. And now just cover it. Alright, so we've done a little bit of cleanup. So what we're going to do now is just water it a little bit more and then put the plastic on. But first I'm going to take this out. There's no chance of this surviving, so we'll just pluck it out. And then this one I was going to take out, but as you can see here, babies, it's tiny babies. Though I'm not sure why, because it seems like the bottom here is black. So I don't know why there's babies, but if there's babies, then there's a chance it will live. So what we're going to do is just leave it there and see what happens to it. If you notice your rose's new leaves start to turn are like more yellow or like just lighter in color in general, then that means your rose has been exposed to iron chlorosis, which basically means that your leaves chlorophyll has been disrupted. As you can see here, that these leaves are a lot lighter in color compared to these others leaves, and you can even tell that the stem is still green, which is another sign. Okay. As you can see here, this new plant is like all light in color, which is this is the best time to treat it, because if you treat it until it's like this, like you only treat it when it's like the whole plant, then it's a bit too late. So you should start treating it like the second it shows up, basically, not like waited for it to spread everywhere. Alright, so down here we have a 3-way meter. It basically measures 3 things: moisture, light, and pH. So as you can see here, there are three lines. One of them is, the bottom is pH, the middle is water, and the top is the light level. So if I were to cover this, you can see the little pointer move. It's not moving a lot because here it's really dark, but it is moving. Alright, so why don't we test the soil for the pH? So the recommended pH is 6.5, something like that. So, oh wait, I didn't set it, that's why. Eek. There you go. So now it's set, and as you can see here, it is at like 8. Yeah, it's at like 8 is it 8 something? Hold on, I'm seeing through the camera because I can't really see otherwise. There we go. It's at 8, which is very bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the soil. After we trim all of this, we will change the soil, and yeah. Right. So for us, it's not that bad if we change the soil because it's just a small pot. But if you're using a raised bed, what I recommend you do is like use peat moss, which I'm aware that peat moss is made for drainage, but also helps like balance the pH. So you can use that, or just add like compost, whatever you want. Alright, so what we're going to do is that we're going to trim this and change the soil off camera. Also, I recommend you use gloves if you're going to also trim the rows. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, 1, we're going to change the soil like we said earlier, and 2, we're going to trim this. So let us show you how we trim this. Alright, so let me show you how we trim this. So I recommend you use gloves, but I forgot to bring my gloves here. So we're just going to use the tweezers. So we're going to cut everything that has a leaf. Right, so cut this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these stems, dip it in some rooting powder right here, some rooting powder here. Yep. We're just going to dip it in if the thing is tall enough. Yep, we dip it in like that, and then poke a hole in the soil like that. Right, and then we're going to do it for all of these. So now what we're going to do is just water it, just like this, okay? And then what we're going to do is just wrap it in plastic like you saw earlier. I forgot to bring the plastic here, so yeah. But what you just do is just cover it in plastic like you saw earlier. Alright, then just leave it aside, and you can check on it like 2 to 3 weeks later. There's a few things I forgot to mention. Number 1, the possible causes of chlorosis include poor drainage, damaged roots, compacted roots, high alkaline soil, and nutrient deficiencies in the plant. Nutrient deficiencies may occur because there is an insufficient amount in the soil, or because the nutrients are unavailable due to the high pH. And alkaline soil is sometimes called sweet soil by the experienced gardeners. Okay, so you shouldn't apply mushroom compost, wood ash, chicken manure, dolomite, and any agricultural lime if your soil is already alkaline. It is not bad. It is useless. It is only useless if your soil is already alkaline. Okay. So just save it for next time when your soil is not alkaline. Right, so the reason why we strip the rose stem of all of its leaves is to promote better root growing, basically. Anyways, I think this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.